Previously on Junior Adventurers League. The first time they met Patient Monolith, our adolescent heroes scaled a mountain, scared off a wyvern, and witnessed the Earth Genasi monk yank some bezoars from the creature's open gullet with his bare hands. The next time they meet Patient Monolith, the Junior Adventurers League will sail across an ocean to a glowing green iceberg to recover a 2-ton boulder of the world's most precious mineral from its frozen heart. The adventure begins on the 16th of Summershine, year 559 of Kairosha's Fourth Age. This is episode 17, Upon a Star.
What?
Let's start on the far end with everyone's favorite.
So I play a halfling bard.
Sorry, halfling bard.
Come on.
Let her have it.
Basically, a blonde nerd.
Oh, man,
I'm
oh,
10
jeez.
now. 11. I'm 11 now. I'm a genius.
Oh, jeez.
I play the recorder and the kazoo. I'm really good at it. And
What'd you dream about?
Last night, I think Jrmi had a weird dream that involved like some stuffed animals.
What else?
That's all I want to know. I want no more details.
Just
A
some
weird
baby?
dream that involved some stuffed animals.
What'd you do with them?
No, the DM
We'll never
doesn't
know.
want to know. So.
All right, who do we have next?
Hi.
Hi.
Let me get the sour skittle out of my mouth. My name is Cody, and I play Theodûir. He's a high elf sorcerer, 13 years old, and he probably was dreaming about. He was probably riding his Pegasus through the sky, and there's probably like, you know, Reg Malfords, like a bunch of Reg Malfords in the clouds, like like they're all like applauding him, like they're all just applauding him as he's soaring through, and it's all he's soaring towards his father, you know,
Who's never in reach.
never quite in reach,
Right.
yeah, never quite in reach, but he's always
Beautiful.
like you can faintly hear, it's just faintly hear, good job, Theodûir. Like you never can quite fully hear it, but that's like
But he's like, yes.
he's always trying to get
Trying to
close
get
enough.
closer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, who do we have next after that extremely transparent dream?
Right. This is like a retroactive one. Anyway, hey guys, I'm Heather. I play Valqwyn. She is a half-drow fighter. She's 15. Yeah, she's 15. She's getting there. And last night, she definitely had a dream with Velden in it. They're on top of a mountain looking out over her empire. I mean, the city that she definitely isn't
Right,
ruling
yeah,
over.
that she's not the cruel overlord or anything.
Never.
Yeah.
No.
In either place there she'll be a queen.
Right. It's definitely a 360 pan. We're just on top of the mountaintop, just like slow-mo hair blowing, just looking out and just like a nod. Yep. So much
Beautiful.
power.
And mastery, absolutely. And
Yeah.
last but not least, we have...
We have Kevin, who plays Moss, the Dwarven Druid, and Moss dreamt last night about finding an ore vein. He was like, oh, there's like a whole cave of glittering stones, and he led his family there, and then he gets there, and they're not just stones, it's rock candy, and then there's a rock candy golem, and everyone's happy, and everyone's praising Moss.
And no one thinks you smell bad.
No,
You smell great. Yeah.
it smells great, and everyone is the same and happy that he's
So that we
there.
never have to bathe again.
And
Everyone is the same.
everyone goes to the soap burning that night, you know. It's just,
Yeah.
They're all just a lot of moss
burning.
just around.
Horrible. All right, so let's get started. At the start of this adventure, you guys are aboard the school's ship, which is called the Studious Pupil. And you guys are sailing through sort of these northern seas. So I kind of imagine a sort of a North Pole, kind of like a Titanic situation. Lots of icebergs, ice flows. It's very cold. You guys have been on the ship for probably about a week or so, and you're heading north. You currently have a sort of adjunct professor in your accompaniment right now as Malachi Tempest, who was supposed to be accompanying you right now. At the end of the semester, just kind of like opened up a window and floated out in the sky. So she is MIA currently, the city's monk, the school's monk professor. So you are currently in the company of Patient Monolith. So for those of you who have not seen episode 9, Climb Every Mountain, Patient Monolith is a huge Earth Genasi monk who has basically looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is how we described him last time. Shirtless, even in this weather. And he's got like a stand of green crystals on his head and has like green crystals on his knuckles and his elbows and his knees. He was created by one of our patrons, Shadowner. I'm not sure if he's in the chat, but holla at your Shadowner if he's out there. Yeah. And so he is sort of the current chaperone. You guys don't know exactly what you're doing out here or what you're looking for. If you try to question Patient Monolith about it, he basically explains that you were seeking. I need the microphone real close because he's super quiet. The greatest treasure on Earth is how he describes it.
Nice.
So how have you guys dealt with the cold? It's extremely cold on this ship. You've been here for about a week, and like you just keep sailing farther north and farther north and farther north. What do you guys do? How do you deal with the cold?
Can you adjust your cord really quick?
Oh, what happened? I get robotic.
Yeah, you got robotic.
Robotic? Oh boy.
I'm probably running around as much as possible, climbing on stuff, just trying to keep active.
Yeah.
I probably spent the majority of my time like in animal form, like a giant bear or like some furried creature, just like.
Yep, I'm definitely cuddled up next to the giant bear. I'm hoping it doesn't smell as much as Moss usually does.
Probably doesn't smell great.
But it's so warm.
It's like a different kind of bad. Am I still robotic?
Now we just can't hear you.
Nada.
Theodûir's probably dressed up in like just like this like Eskimo attire, but it's like also kind of like sorcery and roby, you know, like it's weirdly elegant.
Yeah.
But he's very comfy. And
I'm imagining like a little penguin, right? You got like the hood up.
Yeah.
This across your face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably have like little
Am I still
goggles on too.
Any better?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can hear you, so that's nice.
Still robotic? Okay, I can leave Zoom and come
Oh, it's
back.
getting better. It's getting better.
Better.
Oh, better? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Sometimes it just needs a little time.
Awesome. I touch the microphone at all, apparently. It gets real testy. Great. So you guys are walking around on deck. You're either running around, or you're in your bear form, or you're just completely like bundled, head to toe. You can't move at all. When Patient Monolith, who's kind of like for the past day or two, has been standing out at the prow of the ship, will just sort of point there. You guys can kind of like follow his point. Like, where are you looking? Make a perception checks.
Let me see. I know where it is.
13.
Moss will look later. His eyes are frozen over.
14.
14.
Nice.
Oh.
Who has a higher dex?
17.
It's completely irrelevant. Your dex. So you guys can follow, everyone but Moss can follow Patient Monolith's point. I like the idea of Moss that you just like keep looking at Patient Monolith.
Yeah.
He points, but you're just staring at him, like you don't follow his point, you're just looking at his
Cool.
You can see, I like the idea that maybe Patient Monolith has like a scarf on. Like he's shirtless, but he's like wrapped a scarf around his like neck and like a hat and maybe mittens, but still no shirt, right? Like it's cold, so it's bundled up.
I mean, who would with that kind of muscle?
So there's an iceberg. Normally, you've seen so many of these, it's not really a big deal. But this one, as you approach it, is just glowing this vibrant green. Something sort of vibrant and viridian is like radiating out this very strange light. It kind of stains the surrounding icebergs and the water with its color. And it's in these like big pulsing beats. So it doesn't look like, it looks like a regular iceberg, and then this green light kind of comes back in, out in all directions. It looks as though the iceberg that he's pointing at has like a pulsing green heart at its center, and something kind of like strangely enticing about it as you get closer. It's this like almost aurora borealis type effect that sort of floods out.
Cool.
You would notice, Moss, that you don't see that, but you're looking at Patient Monolith, and you see that the crystal on his head and the crystal sort of throughout the rest of his body is sort of pulsing at the same rate as whatever that thing out there is. Yeah, so maybe that's what you're like sort of drawn to as you're staring at him. Patient Monolith will, as he's pointing out, we're here.
Oh my.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes, you can. Oh.
It's so glowy.
Oh. Here we are. 14.
Okay. You're not 100% certain what it is with a 14. It's definitely magical in nature. but you're uncertain as to its origin. You don't know like what kind of a spell or effect it would be, but it's something very highly magical. Yeah.
Could I roll a history just for stone? I don't think it's stonework, so it's not stone cunning, but just in case, I might remember some
you
type
can
of...
add your stone cunning. That makes sense to me. You would have heard that.
Cool. Ooh, that's good. With history, I think I got a 19.
A 19. Okay, yes. So you kind of long suspected this about Patient Monolith because you've seen his sort of green crystals, and now seeing that glowing whatever it is out there, you kind of put the two pieces together. You think that that's probably a piece of starstone. You've heard rumors about sort of this legendary metal that falls from the astral sea, and supposedly only one hunk of it falls every 10 years, and usually it's a very, very small sample of it. But it's sort of known for its kind of glowing green radiance, and it's known for the fact that it's A, extremely rare, and B, has strange magical properties. You would also know that the amount of it that you can see there, if that is starstone, is much more than you've normally heard of in any given area. This would be like a large deposit of it. And Patient Monolith will sort of... Go ahead.
Knowing all this information, I'll probably try to relay it to everybody. Is there... just like swipe, just a bear. He's just Moss is sitting there like giving a lecture, but he's in a bear. He's a bear.
Patient Monolith will like look down at you and nod. Exactly. This, my young adventurers, is the largest sample of starstone that I've ever heard of landing in my lifetime. I'm here to collect a sample of it, and I think its properties are edifying even for children of your age. If you would accompany me to go and
yes,
collect a sample. Good. We should man the boats.
Yeah.
He like turns and starts to walk towards the dinghy. What do you guys do?
The tiny little dinghy compared to him.
He is done.
Moss will probably like go over towards the dinghy and one paw in, one paw, second paw, and finally just like admitting defeat, just turn into a human. Or not a human, a dwarf. Turn into regular.
Yeah.
It turned normal.
He's just regular again.
Regular.
Old regular Moss.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys? You want to climb into the dinghy as well?
Sure, I was gonna let it down, but yeah. I mean, do we need someone back on the ship to let down? Cool, yeah, I'll do that. And I'll hop back in later.
Theodûir would totally climb in.
Yeah.
He's excited.
I'll get in. Everything Disney movies has told me about glowing green lights is that they're bad, but not for Jrmi. She doesn't.
Theodûir is excited about the green light, the glowing green light, for sure.
There you
Absolutely. Great, so you guys can climb in. So now that Moss is back to normal size, the boat is like very weirdly like weight proportioned. So Patient Monolith is in the back and he weighs like 450 pounds. Right? And so you guys are like all clustered together in the front of the boat, but it's still like tipped at like a 6 angle. He'll look at the group and like, does one of you wish to row or should I?
I think you got this.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I think you look like you can handle this.
It's like clearly what he wanted you to say, rather than he can show up. Grabs the oars and just starts to work them in this like, Harvard row crew sort of maneuver. And then he starts to skip across the water. I'll roll athletics for him. Oh yeah. So good. He's way cooler than you guys. In fact, you guys just stay behind it. I'll just narrate the cool things that Patient Monolith does. You guys can just appreciate them.
He just takes one of the oars and just turns to a speedboat.
Insane. But yeah, as he's rowing, if you guys want, you can make another perception check as you get closer to the iceberg.
Oh, I want 6. I'm just fascinated by his skills.
I actually got 17.
Like, you're watching his like muscles ripple and like.
Uh-huh.
How we doing? 18. The other people? 18.
17.
7.
So Moss and Theodûir, you guys are looking at this iceberg. Because as you approach, you spot a massive hole seemingly punched through the ice. It looks as though something enormous and and sort of vaguely round, plummeted from the sky and crashed straight into the iceberg, plowing almost all the way through and down below the waterline. That glowing green light seems to emanate from inside the tunnel that the impact carved. But in order to reach that hole, you have to climb this like long, slippery climb up the side of the iceberg to get towards that hole where it came down. You guys have climbed mountains before, and you know how probably difficult this is going to be when you get there.
Yeah, especially slippery.
Absolutely. Patient Monolith will, like, bring the dinghy up next to the iceberg and sort of, like, tie it off on, like, a jagged piece of ice. Look up. Well, who wants to lead?
Ooh, I'm good. I can do it.
Awesome.
And Moss will actually transform into a giant goat.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
But before he actually does that, he is going to cast Spider Climb on himself because it's one of my
nice.
Circle of Land. So I'll Spider
Perfect.
Climb myself, and then you don't really notice too much, but it's just like once he turns into a goat, he it's just a regular goat, and then all of a sudden like 8 little legs on each foot just comes out. So it's just like
God.
so then he's just like crawling up. The thing.
I'm gonna loop a rope around him so he can pull us.
Yeah.
I don't want anything.
So how do you want to do that? Normally, if we did this the way we did it last time, the guide would make survival checks to like carve a path for the rest of the group to tell them where to go. But if you have Spider Climb, you can go up the thing, right, without any concern as to what's the best path. You can just climb sheer surfaces.
Yeah, that was my plan. I'll probably go up and someone just give me a rope if we have a rope. I'm sure we do. We have
We
the
all have
adventurers
the
gear.
Explorer packs, so
Yeah.
yeah, definitely
Sure.
a rope.
Yeah.
So I'll just
yeah.
take a rope and then just it's the goat just crawling up just a sheer cliff, just not even a regular goat thing. He's just I was kidding about the 8 legs on the
Your
feet. I
legs
thought
are
it would be
straight,
funny.
and it's just your spider
Yeah.
legs. It's like a weird elevator. It's just
No.
very weird sight. Definitely a wide shot of everyone else looking in the boat as this goat sort of inches its way up the side of this iceberg and
With a
then
rope in
gets to
its
the
mouth.
opening. Yeah, with a long rope in its mouth. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can stand there in the opening, Moss. I'll read you the description. You stand on the lip of the hole, gazing down into the tunnel the boulder has carved through the iceberg. The descending tunnel is steep and uneven, plunging deep into the ice and down back below the waterline. That eerie green light radiates up the tunnel, pulsing at the rate of your heartbeat.
Ooh.
So you're kind of standing there on the edge. You can look down and see everybody about 50 feet in the boat. And the rope is dangling down. Who wants to go first? All right,
I
go for it,
do.
Val. So you can make an athletics check with advantage because you have this rope.
Cool. 16.
Okay, yeah, easy. His hand over hand, right?
Yeah.
Going up the side, kicking off pieces of ice and doing fancy tricks.
Right.
You know, all the way up to the top.
Little one-handed swing at one point.
Yeah, just super necessary. Who's after Valqwyn?
I'll go.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm last.
Athletics with advantage.
19.
Woo woo.
Oh yeah, totally. What does it look like? I have a tough time imagining Jrmi being super strong.
I'm probably
You're so
in
tiny.
Princess Bride when you
Yeah.
see the wide of him just climbing the ropes super fast. His
Yeah.
little legs are just trailing behind him. Just,
Just hanging.
way too fast.
Incredible upper body
really-
strength
okay.
somehow. Yeah.
Right.
We've never seen Jrmi like not wearing a heavy dress or something like that, but you're just
Yeah.
just jacked under there, right? Just
Yeah, right.
Right. The steel habit.
Insane.
From all the rolling the dough. I mean, yeah.
Just jacked at
And
your
Baker's arms.
jacked at your
totally.
overall.
Baker's arms. That sounds like a disease. Oh yeah. Did you hear she got
Baker's
Baker's arms?
Baker's arms.
Yeah.
Oh no! What? Oh,
Yeah,
she's so
it's true.
young.
The-
Third degree
It
Baker.
kind of runs in her family. You know what I mean? It's just
Baker's arms.
Baker's arms. Theo, would you like to make an athletics check to climb up this rope?
Are you gonna stay down
This
there?
iceberg?
I'll just wait here if that's okay. No,
Sure.
Have patient just throw you up.
Yeah, just latch on to Patient Monolith.
Right.
Well, he's waiting there, I think. I'll try.
Weigh 10 pounds. I don't think I'll notice the extra weight.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Well, I got a 4.
Okay. So you make it about 20 feet up and you're feeling good, and then you put your foot on the wrong basically place, and you lose your balance. You fall. Patient Monolith sticks an arm out and catches you. Try again, my friend. And he like sets you back towards the rope.
Okay.
Oh,
I can do it. I can do it.
you got this, Theodûir.
Okay.
You got it.
You'll hear like
Theodûir.
Moss over the top, like a distant.
Like a
Shut up, Moss!
bleat of
Shut up!
Yeah.
He's like, shut up. There you
Okay,
go.
cool. 17.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you're maybe a little red in the face, like a little embarrassed that you had to get caught by the teacher, right? Like it's like in gym class when you can't do the rope climb test, right? Yeah.
I was probably really cocky about it too. Like, oh, this will be easy. No big deal.
Oh no!
But you managed to scramble in a somewhat undignified manner, while you're like padding and robes and things up the ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Patient Monolith goes up in like 1, 2, 3, and he's up at the top. Ugh,
Of course.
standing next to you guys.
Probably
Nice
didn't even
climbing,
use the
everyone.
rope. He just like.
Yeah.
Just hands in the ice.
Just like alley-oop.
I was particularly impressed with your climbing, Jrmi.
Yeah.
I've been
How much
practicing
can you
climbing
bench?
stuff. What?
About 2 pizza pies?
Yeah, right.
Like 3 cakes now.
A sourdough.
Yeah.
He'll like pat you on the head. Well, looking down the tunnel, looks like we need a marching order here.
I think goat should go first.
Think go.
Goat's walking on the ceiling upside down.
All right, I'll walk
How long
underneath
does
goat.
climb last?
It lasts for concentration, and I have it up 1 hour. So,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just going around.
You
An
can be a
hour.
Spider-Man
Very
goat.
unnerving.
Just spider
Goats on the
goat.
ceiling.
Spider goat.
Super weird.
I'm under goat. I'm under spider goat.
Okay. Val. Who's after Val?
I guess.
I'll go last.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be after Val.
Theo, Jrmi, and then I'll put Patient Monolith behind you guys. And as PM, just the Prime Minister will follow behind you.
Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister. Okay, cool. So you guys can start to head down this tunnel. Now, everyone but the goat is going to have to give me dexterity acrobatics checks, as it's extremely slippery and steep and uneven on the way down.
How many? Just 1 for now?
1 for now, yes.
17.
Oh, this will
Okay,
be easy.
Ow.
No big deal. 15.
23.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
just
very
blown
good.
us away
Awesome.
today.
So you guys managed
Little
to
did we
work
know
your
she was
way down.
like
Some of you
born
have to
in an
kind of like,
iceberg.
yeah, absolutely. Some of you guys have to kind of like do a reverse like crab walk thing, where you like put your feet first and your hands behind you as you're working your way down. Somebody definitely at one point like hits a little current and goes wee, like slides down one side for like 10, 15 feet. Yeah, definitely Jrmi. But you guys come
Did it on
maybe about
purpose.
30, 40 feet deep into the iceberg before it eventually kind of levels out into this little flat area where it looks like if the boulder came down, it must have rolled a little and made a little shelf. One thing you would notice as you start to come down the tunnel, the place is all cracked and it has this very strange effect as you're inside. Lots of these like glowing green lights and kind of coming up from the pulsing light. Lots of cracks in the ice, a lot of weird like reflections and stuff. But there seems to be something kind of growing, some sort of plant life that's like growing in the cracks of the iceberg. It seems pretty strange. You haven't really seen any plant life for days since you've been sailing up here. But it's this kind of like brittle, chalky, like reddish moss that's kind of growing everywhere, coming through cracks and holes and things. As you guys are working your way down, I will need, I guess maybe it's you up on the ceiling, Moss, since you're not really like trying to you know, be acrobatic. You kind of cross a patch of this moss, and it will just shoot out all these spores. And once one of those moss packets do, several of them do. And now the air is kind of thick with these like white drifting spores. I need Constitution saves from everybody. Please.
Is it poison?
Yeesh, we'll see.
It is.
Oh,
Yes, it is
shit.
poison.
Ooh, I have resist poison. Advantage
You
against
indeed.
poison, and then I resist it. So. Ooh, yeah. Constitution puts me at a 18.
Nice. How did everybody else do? Val? 13, good.
13, yeah.
6.
Oh,
11.
Okay. Ooh, Patient Monolith actually didn't succeed either.
oh no.
So the two of you managed to like hold your breath. Maybe you even breathe it in, Moss. You just like don't care, right? Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
probably starts
like,
eating it
the
lost.
goat just like, up there.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like script.
But Theo and Jrmi and Patient Monolith all get a big whiff of this stuff, and you guys start to like hack and cough as it goes in. You take 5 poison damage.
But
And as you're kind of hacking and coughing, you guys, Val and Moss, can see that kind of as they hack and cough and spit on their hands, what they're coughing into, you see that mold start to grow. You see it start to like come creeping a little bit out of their nostrils and their eyes and their ears as this red like mold starts to grow across their body. Yeah, it is pretty gross.
Icky.
Ew.
As we're holding our breaths.
I've seen this episode of The X-Files.
Oh my god, yes, there's an episode of Fringe
Yeah.
kind of like this too.
So I will need another round of Constitution saves from Theodûir and Jrmi and Patient Monolith as these things start to spread.
16.
Ooh, yeah.
Mod 20.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can sort of pull it together and resist the further spread of this stuff, but you still have a bunch of it kind of growing on your face and coming out of your eyes and stuff.
Icky.
How do you react to that?
I'm screaming.
Oh, screaming and coughing.
Just screaming.
Yeah, you can't really speak. I mean, you can speak, but every time you try to talk, you cough more of these spores out.
Yeah.
Icky.
Oh, we can't speak? Really?
You can, but you're just caught. You're just like sort of besieged by coughing, right? Every time you speak, you are
Sure.
a little bit.
Theodûir is probably trying to make the most of it.
I meant to cough.
Is this how I look forever now? Moss, will I look like this forever? Shut up, Moss.
Actually, I don't know. No.
You roll in nature.
Yeah, I was gonna roll nature. Good.
Yes, good.
14.
You have no idea. You've never heard of anything like this. You know some species of plants that are sort of parasitic in that way, but never any like moss or mold of this variety.
Yeah.
It's unusual to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do a nature?
Yep.
17.
Similarly, no. You've heard of a couple of similar things, but none of them that quite match this description. You think that this is either a singular case or something that is exceptionally rare. If it has some connection to the Starstone, that might make a certain degree of sense, because that's not very common or well understood either. Patient Monolith will kind of, in the middle of his coughing, sort of, I've not expected, excuse me, to encounter anything like this. He like pull a big like gobbet of it out of his mouth.
Ah.
Are you all right, children?
Oh, do me next, please. Pull it out. Please. Patient Monolith, pull it out, please.
I like you a little bit.
Boy.
And you just keep spitting up like big wet gobs of this moss. At one point, you cough up a few mouthfuls, and there's like one long strand that he'll like grab and just start to pull. It's way too long.
Icky. Ah.
How you doing, Cody? All right.
Probably like super regrets it like about 2 seconds after he asked him to do it.
It's just like, this
like,
isn't worth it.
No, wait, just stop! It just keeps like keep pulling it out.
Really, really gross.
Oh,
What's wrong? I don't understand, Katie.
So it's
You
just,
all right?
just like all puffed up, just like.
Yeah, right. You're this little penguin man. And he's like feeling horrible.
Oh no! It's happening.
It's actually happening. Oh god.
Fox,
What do you guys want to do? You're on the ledge, and the path sort of continues to descend deeper into this iceberg.
Can we see? Can I do perception to see if there's a lot more moss like ahead? Ugh, I don't see anything. I got a 5.
Yeah, every time you look down there, that big green light is all the brighter. It's just kind of like, oh god, that is so bright. You can't
Never
really
mind.
look
Just
down.
kidding.
What do you guys want to do?
I want to continue. Are you guys okay though?
Oh god.
Jrmi, Theo, you okay?
Oh no.
Do we have to
just
keep
screaming the
going?
whole time. I see so many tears.
No, we must keep going.
Oh my!
It is the greatest. He said, the greatest gift.
After the end
Of
of
the
the
world,
long
right?
one, just okay, yeah, we gotta
All
go.
is love.
All you
Patient
need
Monolith,
is
what is
love.
it? What are we getting
Yeah,
again?
if you guys want to...
Why are we here in this mess?
Starstone.
Yeah. Do you want to continue, patient? We wanted to go. We want to complete this
Rarest
mission.
Told me I could do whatever I wanted with the Junior Adventurers League.
Let's do it.
That's so funny.
Like,
Yeah, if you guys want to
That was
descend
like her
again,
deal.
I'll need a dexterity acrobatics checks to keep going. Except for you, Moss. Up there on the ceiling.
Man.
Well, I was probably doing like spirals around the cavern now, just like, or if it's just the
right, just all around. I got
corpse going
11.
down.
18.
11, 18.
Yeah.
Jrmi?
Eat.
Oh.
Eat. All right, so both Jrmi and Val, you guys are kind of climbing your way down, and you'll sort of like maybe something like snaps underneath Val's foot, or maybe Jeremy's foot, and Jrmi like hits into the back of Val, and the two of you guys go tumbling down the ledge. Tumble. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage and land on the next ledge. Let's see, which one of the two of you is going to be the most unfortunate here? Val, as you're sort of tumbling with Jrmi, you go down, down, and down. There's something on the ledge, but you're kind of like tumbling back and forth and can't really see it. You go face plant into whatever that is, and it's this wet, soft, rotten something. You can put your face into it, lift up your face, and you're covered in like black sort of ichor. Jrmi, you see as you pull yourself out of it that she landed face first in a dead body. Of some kind that's like strewn out there. The rest of you guys are still kind of a decent way up the ledge. But even down here, that moss is all the thicker. Like it's carpeting the floors and the ceiling. Like it's just completely drenched. The rest of the party can get down to you guys. You can kind of examine the scene as you pull yourselves out. Another ledge about 15 feet wide. Again, it looks like the boulder kind of hit something and rolled. It's still going deeper. Every couple of seconds, the whole area will be blinded in green light from the starstone down below. But there's a spread of 4 bodies on this ledge, like kind of lying in various different sort of positions. 3 of them are humanoid, and one of them looks like it was some kind of an animal. You're not 100% sure. It has like a lot of white fur and a lot of bones sticking out. You guys make some kind of check on them, but they are in a pretty nasty state at the moment. So I would say
would it
either
be
investigate or medicine could work.
Oh, cool. Moss rolled a 17 medicine.
Cool.
I'm very distracted by the dead bodies.
Investigation is a 21.
Why?
8.
Alright, so, Moss, you can tell what they were originally. You can tell that 3 of them appear to have been orcs. They're sort of dressed in like heavy furs, sort of like an Eskimo kind of a vibe. And they like had weapons lying around. But they're all dead now, and have been dead for at least a couple of days. Their bodies are sort of traced all over with that same moss. The third one, so there's 3 of orcs, and then whatever that other creature was. At first you think maybe it's a polar bear, but the way that its arms are splayed and like it's just general anatomy, you think it's actually a yeti, which is a big white furred sort of ape-like creature that lives up in the north. What you would be able to tell with your investigation, Theodûir, is that in addition to them obviously having been dead for a couple of days, each one of them looks like there's a big massive hole in their chest cavity, as though something like burst out of them. You can see that the flesh is kind of peeled back, and their bones are sort of broken and open. The orcs each have like a couple of like holes in them where it looks like things burst out. The yeti is almost entirely destroyed with the exertion of whatever it was that came out of it. You can see its limbs are still there, but most of its torso is just peeled open, and there's horrible rotting bones covered in moss. And you put your face straight into it, Val, and you tumble down. Yeah, so it's all over you. It's in your mouth. Yeah.
Oh, you see that?
Moss
Yes,
Moss
wow,
will,
that's part of the Yeti. It's on your face. Don't you see here? You fell right there.
Let me use your coat.
Moss will bleed out the information he knows to patient Monolith.
That helped a little.
Agent
Thank
Monolith's
you,
just
Dre.
nodding.
I got a little bit.
You know, Moss, I don't know what you're saying.
Meh.
And your sad goat head. Yeah, patient Monolith just kind of looks them over and is poking them. This is beyond my ken. I'm not certain what's happened to these creatures. Should we go on?
Is that what's
Should
gonna happen to us?
I don't know.
Start screaming.
No, it won't happen to us. We just have to... What? What was that?
Can we tell if the green glow is having any effect on the moss?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Make a perception check.
7. I'm still super distracted. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Mod 5.
13.
5. Moss? No?
None of us.
You're not
None
sure.
of us know.
It's hard to tell, because every couple seconds the whole area is like bathed in green, so it's really hard to get a sense of what's going on in between those flashes. Yeah, you're not certain.
Okay.
How could I not know that this day would come, my duke's men? I knew you least of all, as Andromedes the wise would understand my indiscretions. The crimes I've committed are great, and they darken my soul. You see, she makes a gesture, and the guards sort of raise their hands and start to chant, Sithek, Thos, Sumath, Sithek, Thos, Sumath.
Evil! I still have how many languages going.
Whoa. Initiative. The adventure begins on the 10th of Harvest Home, 929 of Kairosha's Third Age. This is episode 30, Sisters of Steel.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Junior Adventurers League. We're going to take you on a little trip through time, as we're going to flash back, and I'm going to retcon something that should have happened a while ago and I forgot. So Valqwyn,
Yes.
when you were climbing up the iceberg, right? You were using your rope. You were feeling super cool.
Yep. Had a lot of slow motion shots in there. Yep.
Tons of slow motion shots. One of the slow motion shots depicted you as you're going up. All of a sudden, kind of out of nowhere, you feel that through. I guess you can't really tell as much because you have lots of heavy layers on, but your hands maybe start to get really big and shaggy, and you can see that like a bunch of like big brown fur kind of starts to shoot up from your skin. Your face similarly takes on kind of a big big furry and feathered appearance.
Ooh.
And when you get up to the top of the icy area, you sort of almost half resemble like an owl bear. You have sort of some feathers on your head and some fur sticking out. You can feel in your bag your figurine of dubious power is kind of slowly vibrating. For the rest of the adventure, you have advantage on athletics checks, but you also are all hairy and gross looking.
I don't know. I feel like
Weird.
the feathers and fur are kind of cool. I'm digging it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like prosthetic effects from like a 60s Doctor Who episode where they like, didn't quite have the money to like do anything cool, so it's just like you're wearing like a weird like almost like cat, just something on Broadway. It's like that kind of thing.
Yes,
right?
I'm into
It's all
it.
feathered and fur. Totally. Yeah, so you currently have advantage on athletics.
Woohoo!
All right. Anyway, so we are deep in this tunnel in this iceberg. The party has uncovered a bunch of scary spore-filled moss, and they have encountered a circle of horribly mutilated orc corpses.
Yeah, and a yeti.
And they are currently and a yeti, yes, and they're currently debating whether they should continue to progress down this creepy tunnel and the creepiness that's down there.
Can I get a little
what do you guys want to do?
woo in there every now and then? Will that happen?
Absolutely. When you're talking, you like when you laugh, you go
Woo.
like, it's
Yeah.
but it's a whoop. It's a little whoop.
I love it.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
We must keep going.
Oh god, Dwarf. It's so gross. Why do we have to keep going?
Can I
The
loot the
Star
orcs?
Stone. It's so pretty.
Do you want to touch them?
Sure.
I'm already covered in.
You would have to touch
That's
their
fair
gross
enough.
body.
Yeah.
Are you trying to see what's on them?
Icky.
Yeah, I want to loot him.
Icky.
Good idea, actually.
I don't like orcs. Fuck orcs.
Yeah, I'll
Loot
look.
'em.
Can I look
Hands
to
off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jrmi, you're getting so fierce.
How do your face?
Jrmi loot 'em?
Halfling orc
Yeah,
rivalry.
you don't have to search. I mean, you have to roll. That's fine. They don't really have a lot on them. They have like, you know, sort of bone knives, and they have like lots of little bone trinkets and things. You know that the orcs that live in this area of the world don't have a lot of contact with the outside world, so they don't really have a lot of use for currency in the traditional sense. They have some like pretty like carved walrus tusks and things like that.
It's like a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Cool. You have a thing.
There you go.
You also have a horrible staph infection from this moss.
Yeah, I know.
Icky.
What are you gonna do?
I want to continue. I know Dwyer wants to continue. Jrmi, goat moss.
Goat moss bleeds out an affirmative. Bleed.
Perfect.
Affirmative bleed, as opposed to a negatory bleed,
And I go,
which you can definitely tell the difference between.
It's like puffs out his chest.
Alright, acrobatics then, to descend down the last level.
You sure I can't use athletic?
100%.
Damn it.
12.
Yeah, my 20.
I mean, if you just want to jump down there, you could use athletics, but you would probably take some damage.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to just like, like throw yourself.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, I got my 20 anyway, so good.
Who cares? Theo, how'd you do?
18.
Yeah.
Nice. Jrmi,
12.
cool. Jrmi, you slip, my friend. Once
Oh.
again.
Do I?
You do.
Weird.
But I will say, because the entire tunnel at this point is covered in moss, you slip a little bit, you tumble, you take 2 points of bludgeoning, and I'll let you make a dexterity saving throw to grab onto some of this moss and try to hold yourself, as opposed to continuing to slide down.
12.
Cool, yes, you can grab on and you like rip some of it off of the ice, but you manage to like hang there. This awful noxious smell kind of comes up, sort of like when you disturb silt. Necessary. Like, pungent smell.
I hate everything.
But the rest of you manage to descend down pretty painlessly.
Here we go. There we go. Yeah.
Hey everybody.
Hi.
It's us again.
Oh.
Did you miss us? Did you miss us?
I missed you, Timothy.
We sound a little better and we have a little better quality.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat if it sounds okay, if you're still there, if anyone is still there, if anyone even knows this.
Yeah.
Last left off, you guys had descended down to the bottom of this tunnel. You were standing in this strange chamber. It was covered floor to ceiling in this russet moss.
No.
All kind of chalky and red and everywhere and fungus. And at the very end of this tunnel, or about 15 feet away from where you guys came down, is this massive boulder of this porous green stone. It's probably about 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide. Weigh a couple tons, and is kind of striated with these strange patterns of that moss. And every couple seconds, it just
Nah.
super bright. Patient monoliths, like crystals and things, are also glowing really strongly. He's just kind of staring at it in wonder. What do you guys want to do?
I kind of want to poke him. Patient, you okay?
Yes. He kind of like sticks his hand out and starts to walk towards it.
What? Guys, I don't know about this one.
Can I do an insight check on him? Hello?
Oh, we're lagging for him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
It's really lagged.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
Well, let's
flaw.
see. 4.
Oh no! Let me try, I guess. 7.
Oh. No, he knows what he's doing. Let him
Let
go.
me check just again. I got a 7.
He's the teacher.
It's fine.
All right. While everyone's through. Ooh, I got a nat 1.
He's real good.
Okay.
This is why you're here. You're here so that way he can go and see the Starstone. Everything's great.
Jrmi, save it.
13.
Okay. You don't think he's under any magical compulsion, but you think that there's something that stone is significant to him in a way that it's not significant to you guys. And he's kind of like drawn to it, sort of like a holy grail kind of a thing. As you guys are walking across the, or as you guys, as Patient Monolith is walking across, give me perception checks with disadvantage. Moss, yours is a regular perception.
Oh, 15 on my disadvantage.
Nat 20!
That was nice.
Nice.
Also got a nat 20, but I have disadvantage. Did you
Yeah,
see?
right. I got
Nice.
nat 20 too. We all got nat 20s, but we have disadvantage.
What?
We all got
That's
nat 20s.
impossible.
No,
Really?
we did.
Never heard
Nat
of
20,
that.
nat 20,
Nat 20, nat 20.
Yeah,
That's
we all got one.
Insane.
Right?
You guys are dumb and bad at this game.
This is
I don't know.
amazing.
Yeah, you guys all rolled a 20. That's
We
crazy.
all rolled a nat
All four of
20.
you.
That's pretty bomb.
Yeah. But so yeah, you guys, the three of you, Val, Theodûir, and Jrmi, you almost think you see something, but then that light comes in and just blinds you. Moss, as you're looking, an eye stalk sprouts out of the side of your head and allows you to see. So there's this moss that's carpeting the whole chamber, and you sort of see, like, peeling themselves up off of the moss, perfectly camouflaged, come a number of forms. You see that there are 4 that are kind of short and small size, sort of like you, vaguely humanoid shaped, kind of these big, long, bulbous heads and these big gray eyes. And you see one of them comes up off the floor behind Patient Monolith and has 4 legs and appears to be some kind of a, like, animal-like creature. And then rising off of its back appears to be another one of these small little humanoid creatures. So there are 4 little humanoid creatures, and then one that looks like it's riding a 4-legged monster. They're all covered in moss and people made out of this like gross plant material. The 3 of you guys don't see them. They're like totally stealthy and silent. But Moss, you have an action you can take before we're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah, I guess just a free action of a.
You could do an action as well. So you
Okay.
could shout, or you could do an attack or move or do something like that.
Yeah, I would probably do an alarmed bleat, swiftly followed by like a weird corkscrew, like ramming speed. So you see a giant goat just like dun 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 dun, just
Totally.
yeah. And actually, he does have a chart. If the goat moves at least 20 feet straight forward a target and then hits it with the ram attack. But I guess I could move. I've only got the
Yeah.
action, so that would be
You
the
can
move.
move or you could attack. Yeah, you can't do both.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
'cause
say that I'll be nice to you. I'll say that because you got a 20 on your perception check, there is one immediately below you. So if you let go of the ceiling and come down on top of it, I'll count that as a ram, as like a charge.
dive bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. Just boom, like a bat off
Yeah.
the ceiling.
But here's a
Yeah, you'll hear an alarm to bleat, swiftly followed by. Just sweet. That is very polite. Thank you, Dungeon Master.
I'm so polite.
Ramming speed. Ooh, 21.
Okay, cool. Yes, give me damage, please.
So I do 2d8 plus
Oof.
an extra 2d8, so 4d8.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because the ramming speed.
Totally.
So that's 3 plus 4, so 7. Shit, where'd it go?
Here's +3.
Yeah. Shit, where did my thing went away from me? There it is. Sorry, my phone just decided. Was it plus?
It's +3, yeah.
Plus 3. Okay, so 10 total.
Okay, yes, you drop from the ceiling. You have your like horns out, and you just pulp this thing, completely flatten it into nothing. It cushions your fall, so you don't take any damage, but it like splats out around you in this awful, sickening color. Awesome. So Moss lands. You guys see him drop from the ceiling, and then the creatures are gonna get their bonus round. So all Well, there were 5 of them. Now, all 4 of them.
So I just want to read. You guys just saw a giant goat with spider feet coming out of his feet and a weird eye socket drop down from the ceiling and smash something.
Smash. Just like
Ridiculous. Those 4 whatever creatures, these weird plant creatures, are all gonna jump on top of Patient Monolith.
Oh.
Okay.
He's big. It's a good target.
Oh.
2 of them get up on his back and start sort of clawing at him. The 4-legged creature goes running. And hits him, and then the one on its back appears to have a spear and jabs the spear at his back but misses. So he's just kind of like thronged by these creatures. He's sort of reacts in surprise. Let's roll initiative, everybody.
Right.
Nat 20.
Damn it.
Boom. What's your total, Moss?
Nat 20. 20.
Just a 20. Okay. Anybody beat a 20?
Nah.
Okay, so Moss,
I guess.
and then
12.
Patient Monolith, and then
We do it.
okay, and then anybody beat a 12?
I tied at 12.
You got a 12? Okay,
Yeah.
so then it's Theodûir. And then what about Val and Jrmi?
And 8.
Then I got a 7.
Okay. So Moss, you are up first. So you just crushed this one underneath you. There are still 3 more of them attack, and then all the rest of them are basically attacking Patient Monolith and have him surrounded. What do you want to do?
I'll do another aggressive bleat and charge the next one that's closest to me.
Cool.
So, move. I'm assuming they're 20 spaces, 20 feet.
Oh yeah,
away?
they're less than that. Yeah, they're about 15 feet away from you.
Okay, well, the charge only works at least 20 feet straight forward. So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll charge and attack.
Yeah.
Only 11 this time around.
That will hit, actually.
Oh, far out. So, no charge attack, right, since it's 20 feet?
Oh, sorry, 11 won't hit. I take that back. Sorry. No, 11 will not.
I am disappointed.
So you come charging in, and it kind of like ducks out of your way as your big ram horns miss. Okay. Patient Monolith will spend his turn to disengage. So he just kind of like shrugs them off of him and just keeps walking towards the stone. You see him reach his hand out and put his hand on the stone, and it kind of like glows brighter, and he like knocks his head back. You can see Moss, his head kind of cranks back far enough that his eyes are just like suddenly glowing green as he's holding onto the stone. That is his turn.
He is
Moss, so you charge in and attack one of the little grunts, but you see the one that's on top of the creature, right? Will sort of turn towards you.
Mm-hmm.
The creature will lash out with its mouth. Try to bite you. It's got this like big sort of wide like almost like cat-like face, but then has like a bunch of tongues that come out as it opens up its mouth. It's like leathery like tendrils. Try to grab you. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I agree. Oh, nat 20!
Oh, it was deserved. I've been rolling it. I've been rolling it.
Yeah. If we could give you a candy, we would.
Oh, Timothy, by the way, that hits, by the way.
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Just so that way. So you swim with your horns, and it opens up its mouth and just takes your whole head inside of its mouth. You take 17 piercing damage.
That goat.
And it's kind of like worrying you back and forth like that.
That goat is not looking good.
Meanwhile, the guy on its back will take his spear out and try to jab you. Oh no. Oh, he only gets a 12. Does 12 hit the goat?
12 actually hits the goat.
Oh, screw that goat then. He's gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
No.
That goat takes 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage, turning the goat back into Moss, and Moss is now inside of the creature.
You're not grabbed or anything. It was just like for flavor reasons.
Oh,
So
okay.
when you turn back, you're popped out.
All right, so it's like it grabs onto me. So 17, 18, 19. So I take 2 damage. So putting me at 39.
All right, that is them. Theo, it is your turn.
Okay. So where are all the targets? There's some on Patient Monolith and there's some on Moss.
No.
They were all shoved off of Patient Monolith, so now they're all kind of around Moss.
Okay.
You guys are like 15 feet from Moss, And then 15 feet from Moss on the other side is Patient Monolith on the stone. So you're 30 feet from the
And
stone.
so Patient
15
Monolith's
to the
like
bad guys.
he's like with the stone doing
Yeah,
that.
he's
thing.
next to the stone, touching it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll whip out my orb from my Eskimo jacket.
Like deep in the pockets, like
Right.
somewhere.
Actually, it's probably conveniently somewhere. Like
Yeah.
he
I'm
didn't
sure.
even know that it was
It's
there.
like right.
Like
It's
in the
just
sleeve.
Exactly.
Like yeah.
Just like a little shrug.
And he's gonna spend one of his sorcery points to cast Twin Spell with Chromatic Orb,
Oh yeah.
and I'll target 2 different creatures.
You want to target the grunts, like the little guys, or the mount and the rider? What do you want to target?
Oh, can I target the mount and the rider?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that. So okay, cool. Oopsie. So on the mount, it is an 8. No, wait, that's
11.
11. Thank you.
11 will miss the mount.
Okay. The rider. Oh, it's 12.
No, they'll both miss.
Ah,
Okay.
boo.
So you see two like, well, one lightning and one fire. I don't know. Or fly in weird directions. They go crazy.
So they go flying off in weird directions. When the fire one hits the like mold on the other side, it goes up.
Uh-oh.
So you have a theory that maybe the fire damage is useful against these creatures.
Ooh.
Nice. That is your action. Unless you want to move, we're gonna go on to Jrmi.
I'm assuming we all saw the fire, right?
Hmm?
I'm assuming we all saw that the fire could probably be.
I would say on your turn you can make a perception check as a bonus action.
Thank you.
You're kind of in the middle of the shit, right?
Yeah, copy you.
Cool. Jrmi, it is your turn.
Cool. I want to do Shatter, but I think that catches Moss in it.
Okay. You might be able to angle it in such a way where it wouldn't.
Okay. So I'd like to try and do that.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius sphere centered, so...
Okay. So you could hit 2 targets. You could
Okay.
hit either 2 of the grunts, one of the grunts and the rider, the mount and the rider, something like some combination.
I'll try for the Mount and the Rider.
Do it. The mount and the rider sounds either like the title of a murder she wrote,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like a pub, right? Like
Yeah.
a mount and a rider.
So they have to make a Constitution save.
Constitution saves. Okay, so the mount. Oh no, mount gets a 9, so that's a failure. And then I'm speaking in my water bottle like it's a microphone. And then the rider.
And the rider.
And the rider gets a 19. So the mount fails, but the rider succeeds.
Perfect.
So the Mount takes 10 damage, the Rider takes 5.
Got it. What kind of damage is the thunder?
It's Shatter. Yeah, so it's like
Pretty sure it's
with the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just trying to figure out the type of damage, but thank you.
Yes.
Cool. So you blow your kazoo. There's no sound, but suddenly, sort of like bursts of ichor go flying off these.
Icky.
It is pretty icky. Okay, unless you want to move, Jrmi, we are on to Val.
Yeah,
Neither of them are made of stone or crystal, are they?
New, alas.
Not
Alright.
quite. I want
What?
to do 2 attacks. One with scimitar, one with Kopesh. They're all pretty close to.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, I want to go for the 2 grunts then.
Okay.
Actually, no. I want to go for one of the grunts with both attacks. First one's a 16. Ooh, second one's a 9.
The 9 will miss, but the 16 will hit.
Okay, cool. For 9 damage.
Okay, cool. You nearly kill it, but it doesn't quite fall. So you come spinning in with the scimitar, like
Yeah.
slices it open, but it's still sort of staggering and alive. Okay, so you're probably next that Moss landed on suddenly, like, and is standing there again.
Yeah.
And the one that you nearly cut in half. Uh-oh, my internet.
You're back now. You lagged for a second, but you're back. Yeah.
Cool. So the one that Moss crushed is standing, and then the one that you slashed, its wounds start to close up a little bit, but it's still damaged. Indeed. Okay, and now they will attack. So 2 of them are going to go against you, Val.
Yeah.
They're coming at you with like these little claws. I think that's a hit. 19
Yeah, 19 hits.
and a 20. Yes.
God damn it.
So, what is it? That's 10 slashing damage total from 2 separate attacks. They come like crawling on you and slashing you.
Got it.
One of them will run over to you, Theodûir, and one of them will run over to Jrmi.
Oh no.
Theodûir, you are hit for 4 slashing damage. And Jrmi, you're also hit, also for 4 slashing damage. They're kind of come scam. And they're these weird, like grayish green, moss-covered little mutiny type creatures. They're very strange.
Weird.
They're
aliens.
That is their turn, basically. Moss, it is your turn.
I guess they moved away from me.
Oh, you're right. No, I think the 2 that are fighting Val are still next to you.
Okay,
so you can still hit those guys. Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it's kind of just a big cluster right now.
Well, I guess I'd probably just like take a step back and chuck a fire. Well, I guess I don't know. I have fireballs that produce flame. It's just kind of my usual thing. So
yeah, sure.
But yeah, I'll take a step back and just chuck a fireball at him.
At which one?
Whichever one was. Whichever one I smashed. Actually, I don't like that guy.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
If I see him get back up, I'm gonna produce flame and sling for 24.
Oh yeah, damage please.
24 fire, or not 24 fire damage. 5 fire damage.
Cool. Yes, it puts him out, and you see that when you throw that fire, it has almost like a concussive effect.
Nice.
Like it blows way bigger than it should, and you see pieces of him go flying. So you think that he is destroyed.
Sweet.
Nice work. Do you want to move? Doing so would probably provoke some opportunity attacks. So.
No, I think I'll just ready up.
Hang out.
Yeah.
Cool. So Patient Monolith is still touching the stone over there. And you see him kind of like, not drop to his knees, but his knees kind of buckle. And whatever this thing is having some kind of profound effect on him. Give me, no, you're fine. You guys can all hear the iceberg around you
Oh no.
start to crack in sort of a substantial way. They almost don't notice it, but then you kind of feel the rumble, and every once in a while, like the ice is shifting.
Yeesh.
All right, the chief and the mount and the rider, excuse me, the mount and the rider. The mount will lash out at you, Val.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, a 15 doesn't hit you, right?
No.
No. So it tries to bite you, but you dodge out of the way. And then the rider will try to stab a spear at Moss, but I think he misses with a 7.
Yeah. Luckily for me, he misses.
Yeah, you can brush it aside. That is their turn. Theo, there is one of these horrible little mutant creatures up in your face.
Yeah.
He's all excited
So
about
I'm
it.
gonna do Shocking Grasp on this
Do it.
guy. One of these little creatures. That is instantaneous. I have advantage on the attack roll. Are they wearing metal? They're not wearing metal, are they?
No.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Fine. Does a 12 hit them?
A 12 will not hit them.
Boo.
Well, somehow I put my palm on my... Well, I'm holding my orb. It's not floating. I'm holding it, and all of a sudden lightning like shoots out, but I don't quite reach him for some
Yeah, it
reason.
like just twists out of the
Yeah.
way. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. Do you want to? I guess you could move, but it would provoke an opportunity attack. You're kind of boxed in up against the edge of the slope.
Yeah.
Jrmi,
okay.
it is your turn. You similarly have one of these guys in your face.
Okay, am I adjacent to Val or Moss?
No, you are not. They moved out. You stayed where you were.
Okay.
You're adjacent to Theo, though.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do, as a bonus, I'm going to do Healing Word on Val.
Awesome.
Okay.
So you get
Ooh.
7 hit points.
You think I'll?
And then I'm just going to club the guy that's in my business.
Club him.
With
You
her
club
baker
him.
arm. She has that rolling pin.
It's a rolling pin.
Rolling pin.
Yeah.
Have we ever seen this used in combat?
I don't think so.
It's like somewhere back here, just bonk him.
Yeah.
Boink.
Pop him on the head.
19.
19 will hit him.
She's just crushing it with athletics tonight.
Boink.
4 bludgeoning. Boop.
4. Yeah, bonk. It makes like a cartoon boing sound.
Yeah.
His eyeballs get like really big.
Yeah. There's actually like a big like his flesh is so pliable that there's like a big cartoon like dent on top of his head when you come down.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Good little mini gelatinous cubes.
You want to stay there? Or you want to move?
I want to at least shift one square closer to where Moss and Val are.
Not really a thing without provoking.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
I guess
I
I
think
want.
it's a 4th edition thing. Okay, cool.
Guess I want to stay there.
All right. So the one that you just bonked, Jrmi, you see its head pop back into place and
Okay.
it appears unharmed.
Great.
The one that you slashed, Val, is back up to its full strength.
Okay.
And that one will attack you. No, a horrible miss. So you're, like fending it off with your sword.
Nah.
It can't get close to you with its claws.
Okay.
The one next to you, Theo, will keep attacking. Oh yeah, baby.
Baby.
That is, oh boy, that's 8 slashing damage with its claws. I don't know if you're still conscious.
I am.
And
Don't even try it. He's
nice.
here. He's still
I'm
here.
just so
He's
used
got
to
some
hitting you
HP.
2 times and then knocking you down.
Or
I'm
once.
just like so used to it. Yeah. And
Not looking
and
good,
the other
though.
one will go at you, Jrmi. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay, cool. So it's like trying to get at you, but maybe you're like using your rolling pin to keep it at bay. Yeah. Alright, that is those horrible creatures. Moss, it is your horrible turn. What do you
Your horrible turn.
Moss will probably yell out some profane words. Like eat skock off, jerks.
Yeah.
Right,
absolutely.
As he's screaming at him for hitting Theo over there, and he'll heal them with healing word.
Oh, nice.
As a bonus action, healing word, which does, what is it, 1d4 plus your spellcasting level, so plus 2. Ooh, max for 6
For who? For me?
for you.
For Theodûir.
So that was my bonus action. And I'll probably sling another fireball at the
You guys
next one.
buddies. Buddy friends.
And I'm slinging another fireball.
You want to throw it at the one fighting Val, the one fighting Jrmi? At which one? Sorry.
Jrmi's squishier, so I'll sling it at him. I got a 19.
Yes, that'll do. Damage, please.
8 fire damage.
Ooh, nice. So it is still conscious, but horribly burned as it goes up in fire. It kind of shrieks and this horrible alien sound.
And
It's lit flame.
could I just call out? It's like fire seems to help.
Sure. Yeah. Totally.
As you
That
explode
is
into him.
you, Moss. All right. So, Patient Monolith is still standing there. Still has his hand gripped to the stone, and the cracking you heard earlier seems to get sort of worse, and guys can all see across the floor, and this huge crack sort of threads its way across your view, and water starts to seep in through that crack. It doesn't do anything yet, but it just sort of is kind of filling the area, and it's very cold at your feet. All right, now it is Mountain Rider. The mount is upset that it couldn't bite you, Val, so it's going to try again.
Okay.
That bite is vicious, by the way.
No, it's a 15 again. Still can't
Nada.
get in there.
Nope.
And then the rider will turn its attention to you as well and try to get you with a spear. 16?
Nope.
No. You can't do it. You're just having a hard time. Witcha, dancing around. Cool. Theo, you still have this guy in your face, but you're a little bit stronger now. What do you want to do?
Perfect. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image
Yeah.
and have a
Ooh.
bunch of,
Theo in the mirrors.
bunch of me
Ooh.
everywhere.
Okay, cool, yeah. 4 versions of you appear.
Yeah.
3 versions. Yeah.
Right, 3 versions of
Okay.
me appear, and then I think that's my action. Hang on, let me find that spell.
Yeah, I think so.
I like how that would be the number one thing that he ever does in his room alone, too, in front of the mirror. Just like, boop.
It's practicing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It lasts for a minute. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Great.
That's your action then?
Boom. Yeah.
Sweet.
And can
There's a little,
I try to move? I guess.
yes, yeah, you can. You could you provoke an opportunity attack, but obviously it would have to get through the mirrors to do that.
Right.
Where do you want to move to?
Wait a minute though. Its turn is next though, isn't it? Or did it just do its turn?
It's gonna go. it's you, and then Jrmi, Val, and then the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move. It's okay. I'm just gonna stay there.
If you need, I've got it opened up on here. If you need any of the rules.
All right, Jrmi, it's your turn.
Moss, you're not doing great with health, are you?
Moss is fine.
You are?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
lost the goat HP, but it doesn't take away
okay.
his. So I only lost 2 so far.
Great. Then I'm gonna do another healing word on Val.
Do it.
You get 6.
Thank
Yeah.
You get 6.
Socks.
Have fun.
Yeah.
you. Socks,
And
batch.
I think is Theo still adjacent to me?
Yes, he did not move.
One of them is probably.
Do you want heals?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
I'm bloodied.
cure wounds on you.
Oh, look at you being the
Just
healer.
like heal up in here.
Val, did we skip you?
I'm after Jrmi.
Okay, we didn't
Yeah.
skip you last round. You went.
Maybe, because I have only gone once.
I think we skipped you.
Yeah.
So let's have you take 2 turns.
Okay.
Right now.
10?
Because I was like looking at it, I'm like, I think I jumped right over Val.
Like, I don't
So
remember
Val,
going
you
twice.
can have an awesome round where you get to go twice.
Woo!
What do you want to do in your awesome badass round?
Is Jrmi done?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, so questions on how the battle is looking right now. So there's how many more creatures up?
There is still 1 adjacent to you, 1 grunt.
Mhm.
There is still 1 grunt adjacent to Theodûir.
Okay.
Both of those 2 look unharmed. There is a particularly badly burnt one that is fighting Jrmi. And then still adjacent to you is both the mount and the rider. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yes.
There's a grunt, the mount, and the rider next to you, basically.
Okay. So I really want to do Burning Hands. I just don't know which direction. Like, so Grunt and
Yeah.
Rider here, and then like, I just don't want
I
to
would
hit
say
any
you
of my
could,
friendly.
you could angle it to either hit, yeah, I mean, you could hit Mountain Rider, or you could hit the 1 grunt, basically, is the way it would work.
Okay, I'm going for Mountain Rider.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Go for it. So it's dex saves for them?
Yes. 18 to hit.
Well, I think they make saves. I don't think you make an attack roll.
Okay,
right?
gotcha. I'll pull it up one sec.
Yeah.
Yes. Dex save.
Okay, so what's the DC on that?
10.
Cool. So the rider succeeds, but the mount fails.
Okay.
Ooh.
Stupid mount. He's so dumb.
What how dumb? So dumb.
Okay, so that's 13 damage for the mount, and that'd be 6 for the rider.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they look particularly bad.
Woo.
All right. Yeah, the flame goes licking across. I assume you scream Beezorg.
Oh yeah, you know it. Actually, it's a ooh Beezorg.
Yeah. Fire comes licking out. Like traces up the side of the horrible mount, and he's all singed and blackened.
Yeah.
But still alive. Nice. That is one of your actions. What would you like to do with your other action?
Let's see. I'm gonna take both my blades, and one for the mount, one for the rider. First one is a 12.
Against the mount? No.
Okay, second's a 19.
Yes, but you do hit the rider.
Okay, so it is 9 damage.
9 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, a sizable slash. The mount manages, like, it gets so blasted by the fire that it kind of ducks out of the way of your hit. But then, like, the rider, like, tips towards you, so that way you can just
Got
slash
it.
with your sword.
Excellent.
Nice. Got him.
Woo.
Cool. That is Val's double round. We are on to the grunts. So there's 1 grunt still next to you. It's going to go after you, Moss, clawing at you with its fingers.
Fingies.
Its cogs. I think so. Probably a 15.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. You take 4 slashing damage.
Oh no.
With all of our, like,
Oh,
max
no.
HP. Oh no.
You see the one that's horribly burnt next to you, Jrmi. You expected it to start to heal again, but the healing does not seem to be working now that it's sort of scorched. But it is still conscious. It will try to attack you. And it hits you.
No.
You're like laughing at it, and it's like
Ow,
in
ow,
your face. You take 6 slashing damage.
Cool.
And then the one that's next to you, Theodûir, will try to get through your mirror images. How does this work?
Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates.
Okay.
So
It missed horribly on the attack, so I don't think it would hit anyway.
Okay.
Right? Like
Great.
it rolled a 7, so it doesn't
missed.
hit you.
It just missed.
Yeah. All the Theodûir doubles like slide synchronously out of the way.
Oh,
Perfect.
that was close. They all say at the same time.
Yeah. Imagine just how obnoxious this would be. There were 4 Theodûirs.
Oh, that was
Moving
gross.
exactly the same way, speaking
I still
exactly the
forget
same
that like
time.
there's always one on his phone. No matter what the rest of them are doing, the guy in the back is always like, "Nice job!" Like no matter what.
Oh, you'll have to try harder next time.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my god, look how many Twitter followers I have.
Moss, it's your turn.
Moss is going to disengage. So,
Cool.
attack of opportunity. I think he's going to actually run towards Patient Monolith and try to shake him. I'll use my...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's if you disengage, then that's your action. So you can run over to him, but you can't really do anything.
Oh, disengaging is an action.
It's an action, yes.
Could I just provoke an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity?
you could book it. You provoke 3 opportunity attacks
3?
Yeah.
from the monster, from the rider, the mount, and the other.
I did not know they were all so near me. Okay.
Yeah, this is a big cluster. Everyone's kind of adjacent to everybody.
Okay, well, I'll sling a fireball at the next one. The one that isn't burnt yet. I'll just sling another fireball
Okay,
at
yeah,
that.
there's 2. The one that's fighting Theodûir and the one that's next to you.
I'll sling a fire. It doesn't matter which one. I'll boom,
Okay.
chuck a fireball. That didn't work. I was distracted. I'm in the cluster.
There's going to the one right next to you, and you're just like, "Good!" Like.
Yeah, and I'll probably start, just for flavor effect at least, start screaming at Patient Monolith, "There's water!
Sure.
Patients, no!"
Okay, yeah, I'll have him roll perception on his turn, which is right now.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. So he is like, and he pulls his hand off the stone. You can see his hand is all burned and like blackened.
Oof.
And he'll sort of turn and look at you, Moss. Where? He looks down at the ground. It's going to collapse. We have to get out of here. And that's his round. So the mount and the rider. So you see the mount is all horribly scarred and burnt, but it's just going to try to lunge at you anyway, Val, with its sort of dying breath. I think so. 17?
Just hits.
Nice. It's gonna bite you with its horrible giant mouth. Oh, very little damage though. I'm sad about it. Only 4 piercing damage. But you can feel its gross tongues like laughing at you as it bites you. The rider, however, kind of like, instead of attacking with the spear, you see like a lot of the moss on his body kind of like stands out on end. He kind of shakes himself back and forth, and you just see spores start to fill the entire chamber. So I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw, and you can have advantage, Moss, because it is poison.
Yeah.
Oh, mod 3.
Me too.
I got a 7.
14.
All right. So you're fine, Moss.
No.
The rest of you guys take 8 poison damage, and it is ongoing.
Oh,
So
God.
each round you'll need to you can try to get rid of the save. You can make the save again, try to get rid of it. But you're handling all of this stuff.
All the
and yes, you can
Theos.
feel coming out of your nostrils and your ears more of this horrible moss.
Out of my beak and my feathers.
Patient Monolith,
Yeah.
pull it out of all of us, please.
Again, like, I like that.
Just
Theodûir,
holding up
like,
all 3 of
demands
them,
it,
like-
then hates it the second after you start. Like, no, please stop!
No,
Stop!
wait, I forgot. No.
I changed my mind.
Oh, it's okay. That one's not me. It's fine.
Yeah, it's one of the mirror images. Speaking
As
of
they all
the mirror
say it
images,
was.
it's your turn, Theo. What would you like to do?
Oh, Atta.
What would you and your entourage like to do?
As they're all hacking.
Okay, so
You said,
I am gonna move this time away from this thing. I'm gonna take a risk and
Okay,
see
yeah.
if I can.
So it'll attack you. Ooh, it gets a critical.
Oh, no.
Okay, well let's see if
What
it
does that
hits me or if it hits one of my duplicates. Oh, it hits one of my duplicates.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, yeah, so it comes lunging at you. It looked like it would have like torn your throat out, but it hits the duplicate. I like that for a second the duplicate like reacts like you would, so you see a second of yourself getting like eviscerated, like and then it appears, right?
He's like a little scarred every time he uses mirror
But
images.
then the other
He's
three
like,
say, "Oops, close, but not right."
oh.
And then, so I'm far away now.
Cool, where do
I'm
you want
gonna
to move to?
obliterate this thing. I'm gonna use another one of my sorcery points, and I'm gonna use chromatic orb again. And I'm gonna attack both of. I'm gonna attack it twice though.
Both of the same guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do that, right?
Shit.
That's cool, right?
Mhm.
All right.
That's cool, right? You guys are cool, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell on me.
All three say in unison.
Sorry.
Are you cool?
Sorry, I just gotta send out this tweet really quick. Really quick tweet. Well,
You're on Tinder.
Yeah. Cody's on Tinder for
Yeah,
sure.
Cody, the married
Cody's on
one.
Tinder right now.
sorry. Hang on.
Oh, she was.
Ooh, that was
Reaching out to this
cute.
hottie on
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, wow, those are pictures I do want to see.
There it
My
is.
God.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna roll them both at the same time. Both hits.
Yeah.
Both hits.
For sure they are. Let's see.
Okay.
First one's a mod 10.
No.
The second one was 18.
Oh yeah, we're good.
A mod 10. You had to mod your way up to 10. Like,
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. All right, so that one hit. So it's fire damage for sure. Let's see. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Only 7 damage.
How embarrassing.
Fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, horribly burned by the chromatic orb as it goes lancing out and blasts like straight up the side of this creature. But it is still up and still conscious, just like this awful disfiguring scar on its face. Okay, cool. You moved, you attacked. Oh, I'll also make the point, Jrmi. When you guys, not Jrmi, sorry, Theodûir, when you start to move, the water in the chamber now is making it difficult terrain. It's like up to your waist.
Oh boy.
So you're having to kind of walk through. You can still get enough away. That way you can, you're
Cool.
15 feet away from it, but you can only move half speed.
Okay.
In the difference.
I would have moved towards wherever everyone else
okay,
was going.
Jrmi, it's your turn.
Just so
Water
we
is
all
getting
know.
increasingly higher. Okay, yeah. Cool. Jrmi, it's your turn.
I'm unconscious.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, from the oh boy. You're unconscious, are you?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
know that.
Yep.
Shit.
Okay. Don't bother with that save.
Cool. Great.
Oh shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, Jrmi is floating in the water. No clear indication of how Jrmi is doing. Val, it is your turn.
Oh my god.
I didn't know you were unconscious.
Just healing everybody.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do 2 more attacks. One on the mount, one on the rider. First one's a 12. Second one's a
will
16 again.
That will miss.
Yes, that will hit it. So you hit the rider, but you missed the mount.
Ooh, for it's 11 damage.
Okay. Ooh, wow. Would you like to describe
Yes!
the rider? It's like right in the middle of releasing all these spores.
Yeah, right. Just the 1 slash right up. I want to go like right between his body, like half his head.
Totally, yeah. Slams in half. Spores going everywhere. Okay, cool. That is Val, unless you want to move.
Nope.
We
There's
are
definitely a big
on
old
to
whoo as I did that though.
Awesome. We're on to the grunts. So Theodûir, 2 of them kind of converge on you. They're both horribly burned by fire, but you have to get through your mirror images, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little
So one
easier
of
this
them
time.
misses anyway, so it doesn't even hit you. And then the other one hits.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh,
Hits you.
Jeremy.
So.
How come she can't be face up?
Okay. So then for this one,
It's harder.
Yeah.
This is an 8 or above, right?
this is an 8 or above. Yeah. Thank you. Oh no, he hit me that time. He got the right one.
Cool. You take 8 damage.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Well, not cool, but you know.
Do they say like, "Oops, you got right this time"? Like,
Right, just like, ooh,
It's probably
ow.
no. It's probably like a genuine like, oh, how dare you, kind of.
How dare you? Yeah, for sure.
My father will hear about this.
I gotta
I'm
get
sure
to
these
use more
guys
prison.
scare.
Yeah,
These like brainless space mutants are really like, "Oh, really? His dad?"
Oh,
Oh,
Have you heard of him? I've heard of him.
And
Everyone
then
will
one of
hear.
them will come after you, Moss.
Oh, will they?
They will. Yes, that's definitely a hit. You take 5 slashing damage.
I want to be sure to hit. Tell me what it is.
It's 18.
It was a mod 20.
No, Miss
Oh, it
again.
doesn't do it?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Speak of the devil, it's Moss's turn.
Moss is gonna angrily scream at these scoffing pieces of Skaglix. And with that angry scream is just stupid Skaglicking sons of... Just a huge slew of things angry about the floating dead halfling that we have in our party.
That just healed us all.
Which
so
she's
angry
going to
didn't
then
even
use
figure
a healing word on her, and she heals for 3. Maybe.
She does not heal for 3.
She does not heal for 3. Well, I wasted that, I guess. And
you can use your bonus action, but you would know before you cast it. You cannot use that on Jrmi.
Okay, I would know before I cast it.
Theodûir would need it though. You're doing pretty bad, right?
I'm doing
Theodûir could use it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess my healing thing right before it casts, I'll just like redirect. I already rolled those. So 3, you get 3 back. Sorry. Okay. And then a fireball at whichever one's still standing, and a panic scream to patient monolith. 20. Will 21 hit? Is that?
21 will hit. Correct.
Oh,
yes.
it was close there.
Ooh, 1 fire damage.
Whoa! Jump back.
What was that?
It exploded.
It was a grazing blow.
Just a little singe. Like it like, hits the like little mohawk of mold it has. Like,
like
all right. So patient monolith goes like moving through the water, gets attacked by a couple of these guys, takes a little bit of damage. He picks up Moss with one arm and picks up Val with the other arm. You guys resist him?
No.
Nah.
Okay, cool. Then he's going to keep moving, and he spends the rest of his move to get over towards the slope. He's sort of near you, Theodûir, and right next to Jrmi, but that's the end of his turn. The crack continues to get worse as you see that like pieces of ice are falling down from the ceiling. Theodûir, I need you to make a dexterity save, and I'm going to have Patient Monolith make it for you guys. Yeah, he's good. He twists you both out of the way as like ice shards land around you.
I got a 12 on my dex save.
You're good. Yeah. You kind of see something coming and twist out of the way as an ice hits the ground.
Oof.
Okay. Theodûir, it is your turn. There are still 2 of these guys.
So patient
like
monolith
entirely underwater at this point as the water.
Did patient monolith?
I don't want to bring this up, but did you save on your spore thing? Is he still spored?
He is still spored.
Oh, you would still have those spores.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll have you save at the end of your turn, Theo. You know what? Let's actually not. Let's not do that.
I'm sorry.
Let's
Okay.
not for
Jrmi's just still floating in the water. Okay, I'm gonna try to.
It looks like Patient Monolith is headed towards Jrmi, but hasn't
gotten there yet. But he's like right next to me.
He's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
Headed towards, because you moved away, right?
Yeah,
you tried
yeah.
to get away from Jrmi, so he went to Jrmi.
Yeah, I guess I did. I wasn't thinking though.
This is your fault.
So are there 2 guys around? I'll just shoot at 2 guys.
Cool. 2 guys.
2 guys.
2 guys pizza.
2 dudes.
Yeah, I still have 2 more
these
sorcery
guys over
points.
here,
So I'll do the
over
same
there.
thing.
3 guys left in a huff, so now it's just 2 guys, burgers, and fries.
2 guys, burgers, and fries. Great. I'll do chromatic orb twice again. Sorcery point. I'll just shoot the closest one to Jrmi. Like if there's one in that vicinity, I'll just shoot.
They're
at that
both
one.
next to you.
Oh, they're both next to me. So I'm gonna shoot at both of them. I'll shoot at 1 and 1, I guess. I'll do 1 each.
Cool.
So. Oh, well, the one's probably a miss. An 8 and a 23.
23 will hit.
For sure. For sure.
For sure, bro.
Okay, oh yeah. 9. Oh yeah. 17 damage. Fire damage.
17. Yes, you incinerate one of them. They just go up in flames and they are destroyed.
Nice.
There's still one adjacent to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to move? Or do you want to stay there?
No, I'll tell the other one.
You're next.
Yeah.
They all say.
Do you like the heat?
You're next.
I hope you like the heat, or something.
I hope you like the heat.
Right.
It's getting a little warm in here.
Cool. All right, we're gonna skip over Jrmi for now. Val, it is your turn. You are gripped in Patient Monolith's grasp. and Patient Monolith is making his way over to Jrmi. What do you want to do?
I mean, there's not really any creatures by us, right?
Not currently, no.
I'm gonna, since I'm pretty much gripped, I'm just gonna magic missile to the one surviving dead.
Great idea.
So that's 6, 10 for damage.
10, yes, you obliterate it.
Woo!
Pieces of it go flying in this direction. Nice work. Okay, let's see. There's only one of these little dudes left besides the mount, so it'll just kind of come scrabbling over. It's trying to get over to Patient Monolith, but it's sort of like basically unable to swim and it's kind of drowning in the water.
Oh no!
Moss, it is your turn. You're also in Patient Monolith's grip.
Moss is gonna cast Spider Climb on Patient Monolith.
Nice. Oh no! Horrible spider legs.
Yeah.
Out of speed.
Oh, that's very disturbing.
Yes, it's very unsettling, but it's very useful. Climb.
Let's go.
So then his turn is next. Again, more things are falling.
Oh,
water is starting to pour
and
into
actually,
yes.
I'm actually going to scream some profanity again and heal Theodûir again for another 5 damage.
There you go.
Oh.
They say you said,
Just an anime character.
So Patient Monolith will spend his move to do a couple of things. He will throw Valqwyn up onto his back like that, and then he'll go over and he'll grab Theodûir. Do you like? Is he? I think he spends more grabs a double and then grabs.
No. They all say no at the same time. And then
all
yeah, right.
no. Oh, yes, that's one.
You got the wrong one.
Nice
He grabs you
try.
by the upper
Professor, I thought you knew me better.
oh god.
They're all pre-programmed with saucy rejoinders.
Yeah.
I can't turn them off.
He grabs you, puts you up on his back too, and then he'll swing one arm over and grab Jrmi. And you guys can see when she comes up, her face is utterly pale, and moss is grown up through her eyes, and she is dead.
Yeah, we killed her.
Jrmi's
And that is where we'll take our next break. We'll be back in 5 minutes with the escape from the iceberg.
Sure enough, seconds later, a pair of guards in chainmail hauberks with halberds appears at the top of the stairs. Casimir points a big accusatory finger at Lady Celeste, his billowy sleeves snapping out. Slay the paladin! Seize the rest! The adventure begins on the 10th of Harvest Home, 929 of Kairosha's Third Age. This is episode 30, Sisters of Steel.
And we had a pretty dramatic cliffhanger. We are inside the heart of this iceberg that is slowly collapsing. After a losing fight with some strange fungal creatures, the party is beating a hasty retreat on the back of their accompanying professor, Patient Monolith. However, before you guys could make your escape, several of you breathed in some noxious spores, and it ended up proving the death of one of the party members. Jrmi took her last gasp and breathes no more. So we are going to start this out of initiative when we come back. All 3 of you are currently gripped by Patient Monolith. He has Spider Climb has been cast on him from Moss, and he's going to basically start to go leaping his way and climbing his way out of the iceberg as it starts to collapse. I want each of you guys to tell me what you're doing to sort of help him. You can tell that water is starting to pour down, so it's pretty tricky. He has Spider Climb, but he can still easily get knocked off. Things are falling from the ceiling, and the whole iceberg is coming apart. You could use perception to notice things. You could use some spells to try to help him in other ways. I want each one of you guys to contribute in some way to this escape attempt as he's going barreling out of this collapsing iceberg. What do you guys want to do?
Oof. I don't really think that my bonus to athletics is gonna help at all, right?
Oh, I think you could. I think you could definitely. He doesn't have to carry it if you don't want him to, but you have really strong athletics. So
yeah.
You could take Jrmi, or you could do something else. Describe how Val deals with this.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stay on him. I'm just gonna kind of work my way out so he can have more arms to do things with. So he can like throw Jrmi in my spot.
Perfect. Cool. So give me an athletics check with advantage
Yeah.
to kind of claw your way to freedom.
I rolled the same both times. It's 17.
Yeah, easy. So it's pretty crazy. It's this very epic escape. Like you jump onto pieces of ice and they like slide away, and you jump onto another one, and it starts to slide, and water is pouring past you, and things are cracking open, and you and Patient Monolith are like jumping around, going crazy.
Awesome. That's exactly.
But yes, you managed to make it up to the lip. Theodûir, how do you want to help out Patient Monolith or Val? How do you want to help?
I want to cast Mage Hand, and I want to be throwing things out of the way if they come hurling at us.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, give me an Arcana check to see how well you do at that.
I got a 19.
Cool, yeah. A couple times he's distracted by something else, and a piece of ice will come in, and whoosh, you grab it and toss it aside. Whoosh,
awesome.
Grab it and toss it aside.
Nice.
You're like riding shotgun, doing all that stuff. Cool. That's 2 successes. What are you gonna do, Moss? You've already cast Spider Climb, but is something else you want to do?
Could I use survival to kind of plot the course? Be like, nope, it's broken there. So.
Totally. Yes, that's great. Do some survival.
Oh God, 8.
Okay. Well, that counts as a failure, but you had already cast Spider Climb, which I counted as a success for him. So overall, even though you occasionally point him in sort of the wrong direction, like you that way, and then like that thing just is like a thin sheet of ice that gives out totally underneath him. And he has to jump. Overall, you guys managed to help him more than you hurt him, so he gets advantage on this athletics to escape with Theodûir, Jrmi, and in tow. Ooh, he rolls a 3 and he rolls a 19. That was close. So yes, the iceberg is collapsing all around you guys, and he manages to basically throw himself out at sort of the last second. Maybe you come with him, Val. You guys go together, and it's like this tumbling stumble down the side of the iceberg, and then boom into the dinghy. You guys are kind of like thrown about as you land in the dinghy, and it's bobbing as the iceberg is sliding, like those global warming videos, right? Where you see icebergs come apart, like it looks exactly like that. He grabs the oars, and he gets a natural 20 on his athletics, and he just starts like, goes away from the iceberg as it comes down and into various pieces. You can turn behind and see the iceberg as it's collapsing. There's like big shots of green from the Starstone that is still obviously inside it as it sinks. It goes deeper, deeper, deeper down into the waves, and eventually that green glow kind of fades away. What do you guys want to do?
I'll sit there and start peeling that stuff off Jrmi's face and be like, Jrmi, wake up! Jrmi, wake up! And can I roll medicine too?
You can roll medicine, yeah.
14.
So you are peeling the moss and stuff away from her, and she's just totally lifeless. One thing that you realize, or one like prediction that you make, you remember those orcs, right? Those orcs died presumably from the sort of inhaling those spores. You don't know what the timetable is, but you think that if something isn't done relatively soon, something similar might happen to her. As far as what's going to happen sort of internally. There might be a magical solution. You're not 100% sure, but you basically realize, like, oh my god, we have very little time.
I'll try to do that stuff that, like, Moss is probably, like, panicking. And he'll probably try to do what Patient Monolith does, like, pull the stuff, like, out.
So
like
pulling, you're definitely pulling it out. But it just keeps coming. Like, there's no, it almost seems like once it got in, it just blossomed inside of her. So you can pull out a whole bunch of it, and you're still pulling as you're going all the way back. There's almost no end to the amount of, like, weird vines and moss and stuff that's inside of her. Val and Theo, what are you guys gonna do in the boat on the way back?
I'm gonna try to help row. I mean,
okay, yeah.
Any way that I can. I got lots of strength, so
sure. If you go over and try to help, then he'll give you one of the oars.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so it would be 24 athletics.
Oh yeah, easy. You guys are sort of working in concert and rowing back. You can see Patient Monolith the whole time is like kind of staring at Jrmi in horror as he's rowing back. What do you want to do, Theodûir?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of shell shocked.
Well, is there any like?
Do you still have your duplicates?
No, it's only a minute, so it's probably been more than a minute.
Oh yeah. It's not for sure.
Well, yeah. No, yeah, he's not doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
After about
Just staring in
15
shock.
minutes or so of rowing, the dinghy will kind of like butt up against the side of the studious pupil, and you guys can scramble back aboard. The crew that operates the ship are kind of like anxious to get you aboard because they saw the iceberg collapse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of hauled roughly up by a bunch of these sailors and brought it on the deck.
I grabbed Jrmi and put her on the deck.
Monolith kind of stands there once he gets up. Cool, yeah. You can lay Jrmi out. Patient Monolith just kind of stands there and stares at her and just seems kind of numb, like he doesn't know what to do. What do you guys want to do?
Are his crystals still glowing?
No, they stopped glowing.
Moss will probably attack
They're
Patient
kind of
Monolith.
down. Go ahead.
Moss is probably like,
Sure.
this is your stupid idea and it's all your fault! And like just angry
Yeah,
and like,
go for
you
it.
know, snotty tears in his eyes. And just,
You kind of come over and like are wailing on him,
Yeah.
and beating him, right? And he's
like,
just like taking it,
knee-high.
just getting hit in the thigh. Yeah, absolutely. You're like pounding on his thighs.
I'm down by Jrmi. I'm like
stands there and
touching
he
the
looks
vines, trying to
down,
like, be sword, be
And
sword.
he says, "Oh no, Bezors." Moss, as you're like wailing on Patient Monolith, you hear him quietly go, "You're right. It is all my fault." There's a pause, and you see the crowd kind of gets parted. You see that there is this sort of portly-looking dwarf who comes striding out from the ship's crew. You would have recognized this guy. His name is Baneber, and he's the ship's like chaplain. He's the priest on the ship. And he comes over and he kind of looks at the situation. He looks up at Patient Monolith, and he goes down. And he starts to cast a spell next to Jrmi. Yeah, cool. So he puts his hands on her and he chants a couple of like holy phrases. And you see that her body, none of them like moss or anything goes away, but her body kind of like regains its color. She doesn't look quite so pale and like lifeless anymore. And she just sort of lies there, and he casts a spell and looks at what happened.
she redid this moss stuff, and then she's gonna get all creatures coming out of her, and then we're gonna have to fight them too, but you gotta kill them with fire. And then Moss will just go in.
Just like, as he's going off, just be like, there were spores, and it's like they're everywhere. I think they're inside her too.
Oh, he sort of seems like horrified by that. I cast gentle repose on her body. I don't know if that will do anything against these spores, but I have to get her back to the school as soon as we can. He looks up at Patient Monolith like, "What were you doing in there?" And kind of like starts to shout at Patient Monolith. And Patient Monolith
poor
just kind of
Patient.
stands there and takes it, staring at Jrmi. Yeah, I think we'll probably stop there, actually. Like, kind of pulling back, it's like a wide shot of the ship out in the sea, and you guys are all kind of like huddled around Jrmi, lying there. Like, some color back in her face, but still dead, and still kind of covered in this moss. And that is probably where we're going to end this very dark episode. Episode 17, Upon a Star. And we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with Jrmi next time. Oh my gosh, crazy. Katie, if you want to come back out, if you're hiding over there.
She left.
She's not. She left. She's not here.
She's
She
not
actually
home.
left her house.
Wait, who's that? It's Kate.
Oh.
Awesome, guys. Sorry, just wanted to do a little epilogue there. As I said, we were going to end a little early this week. Yeah, wow. What a crazy
The first death.
The first death. It happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yep.
guys were in these extremely dangerous situations.
We made it
week
longer
after
than we
week.
thought.
Yeah, you absolutely did. So that is episode 17, Upon a Star. We have a little bit of housekeeping to do. We have some thank yous to give out, and have some announcements about the future of the show, because we're taking a little break for a little bit. I know it seems like we've been gone for a while already, but so if you guys want to vote in the chat as to who you think was the MVP this week, go ahead and do that. Feel free to vote for Jrmi, even though Jrmi is dead and never coming back. Jokes. So funny. Go ahead and vote for who you think is the MVP, and then we will deal with it next time. Do you want to chop through these thank yous? So since we didn't do one the first time, the first session, and then we had to cancel last week. We actually have to get through all of the names today,
Oh
so
my
this is going
goodness.
to take a little bit.
Ah,
Yeah, there are 714. No,
Oh my god, all right.
30-some names.
So much for ending early. Oh.
I texted them
Oh.
all to you guys, so I don't know if we want to just
Excellent.
like round robin, just.
Let's
Yeah,
just
that's
we'll
a
just
great
belt
idea.
them out one at a time and try to not mess them up.
Totally. Yeah,
Cool.
let's
Oh my
let's
gosh.
just be
Woo.
sincere.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty somber thank you today, so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1?
Yeah.
And just keep going
I
around,
think
around. Cool. Awesome. Go, Mama.
Thank you, Von Romero.
Thank you, Adam Pearson.
Thank you, Kelania.
Thank you, Elizabeth Ferrara.
Thank you, Enkami Sumeri.
Thank you, Anton Svensson.
Thank you, Ronald E. Smith.
Thank you, Tony Stark.
Thank you, the Sandman King.
Thank you, Ashley Rice.
Thank you, Shadowner.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Daniel Chan.
Thank you, Ed Robinson.
Thanks, Brooke Siegel.
Thanks, Bethany McBurney.
Thank you, Yvette Beeman.
Thank you, Hallie.
Oh no. Thank you, Pavel Kovalenko.
Yeah, there you go. You got
I
it.
got it.
Thank you, Ben Jackson.
Thank you, Cranston.
Thank you, Jessica Odegaard.
Thank you, Mary Zantop.
Thank you all
Thank
so
you
much.
so much, patrons, for all of your patronage. That's what makes this show possible. Big hearts, big ups,
Yeah.
big ups.
Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So let's see. So a little bit of announcements. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to take about 2 weeks off of Junior Adventurers League because I am out of town next week. I'm going deep into the woods to hunt monsters.
Yes, dungeons and dragons
then,
in the woods.
Absolutely. And then next week, Kate will be gone. But so there'll be no dungeon crawl next week. But the week after that, we are going to run an extra long dungeon crawl marathon.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been at any of the previous dungeon crawls, this is a great time to jump in. It's a one shot. It's Halloween themed. It'll be pretty spoopy. So come check it out.
Spoopy.
DM'd by me. 3 p.m. 2 Sundays from now. Let me get the specific dates.
I think
Come
it's
check it
29th.
out. It'll be pretty cool. That's the 29th, so it's like 2 days before Halloween. So it's very timely.
Yeah.
If you're dumb and like me and don't have any Halloween plans, come and play. Yeah, do you guys have any other exciting announcements? Anything else I'm forgetting, Kate?
Next month we will have. We will start with guests on the show.
Yes, we have our first guest booked for the 12th.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty exciting. Big shout out again to Shadowner for his character patient monolith. Who took
Always.
a strange dark turn in this.
Really?
episode. I wonder where
This
he's
whole
gonna go. Like,
episode
I
is
wanna
really
know,
dark.
Like,
Ooh.
how does he grapple with this?
This
Yeah,
is
we'll
the
have
new
to talk-
defense against the dark arts for us, because like we have one
Yeah.
teacher leave, and now I doubt he's going to be like, yeah, I'll totally take
Yeah,
this kid. And
Stick
Exactly, yeah.
around. Yeah. I wonder where he'll be the next time we catch up with him. That's interesting. So we'll about what she wants to do with Jrmi going forward. I think there's definitely options, but it's totally in your court, man. Yeah, interesting. Is there been any consensus in the chat as far as who gets the MVP this week?
It looks like Jrmi does.
Yeah, I think that makes
Yeah.
sense. I kind of assumed it would
Yeah.
be Jrmi. So congrats, Jrmi.
Yeah,
Almost
see you
makes up
guys.
for it, I think,
Totally,
right?
yeah. I get to roll another one.
Worth it.
Ridiculous. Great, so we'll be gone for the next 2 weeks, but you
Oh, did I
can
have to
definitely come
bash this
back
week?
at the beginning of November and see the Junior Adventurers League in all their glory.
Yeah.
Before we go, though, I'm pretty sure there's something we have to do.
I don't know. Is it though?
Kate, feel free to just skip out on this one.
Oh.
I'm teasing.
Because you're dead.
You're dead. Everybody ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Party above
all. I think I did the wrong arm.
There you go.